Crazy ride, let's ride. Can't stop, it's a fly. Let's fly. Can't come in the line. Real life. James ride. Just 3, 2, 1. We're unstoppable.
The Denver Nuggets needed a win, and they found a way to get the job done. 131-126, the final against the Los Angeles Lakers. Welcome to Nuggets Postgame Live, presented by your Front Range Toyota dealers, Katie Winge, Chris Dempsey, Bill Hanslick. The Denver Nuggets 8-0 run to close out that game. What happened?
Look, they came up with plays when they needed to. And sometimes you get into these situations. Obviously, this game should not have gone the way it went, but it did. And so what that just requires then is when it's winning time that you make winning plays. Jamal Murray had 8 points in the fourth quarter, a big three, and then we had the Russell Westbrook steal late in the game. But when the Nuggets had to have it, they got the stops and the buckets necessary to get them a victory.
The big steal by Christian Brown, I thought was a real difference maker, because if they score again, Lakers retain momentum. They bottled up Reeves, and then Christian, I want to hear what he said after he dunked it. Don't connect. I think they must have a relation. He said something funny too, because he's kind of grinning at him a little bit. But that was, Christian only had one steal all game. That was a big one. Huge.
All right. Cheers, Nuggets Nation. Winning tastes great, presented by Miller Lite. It is Friday night here in the Mile High City, and the Denver Nuggets found a way to get the job done. Jamal Murray, particularly in that fourth quarter, was phenomenal. We're going to go all in with Jamal Murray right now, presented by Ball Corporation. Jamal made some shots in this game, 5 of 9 from the three-point line. No three was greater than that one in the two-man game with Nikola Jokic. How did you see Jamal's mentality shift?
Well, he's clutch, right? I mean, he is one of the most clutch performers that we have in the league. And, it's as I suspected, which was the Lakers were going to do whatever they could to kind of get him off rhythm early, so that he can not have a big impact on this game. And the thing that we know about Jamal Murray is, no matter what he is presented with early in a basketball game or early in a series, he gets that sorted out, and then is able to really be effective. And that fourth quarter was emblematic of that. He just was, really, really good when the Nuggets needed him the most.
What do you have? 26 points on just 16 shots, and the big shot Jamal late in the game. You saw that last time. I love watching the crowd go ballistic at the end of the game, and Jamal was the difference maker down the stretch.
Well, and Russell Westbrook made that final play, that steal, that interception of the inbounds play, and that is our breaks plus stop of the game. How did you read Russell Westbrook read this?
Yeah, he knew this was coming. We saw the Phoenix Suns use this play to get as a matter of fact, they used it against the Nuggets to get a shot for Kevin Durant at the end of the game. And that's just a quick wide screen, and then you throw it over the top. And Russell Westbrook has seen that before, so that was just easy pickings for a veteran, right? I mean,
well, your two best defenders in the backcourt, Christian Brown and Westbrook, in that play, and they read each other, did a nice switch, and then Russ picked them clean.
I believe Scott Hastings mentioned, too, that was the only bucket that Russell Westbrook had scored in the second half after having a really energetic and productive first half.
Yeah.
Nuggets are...
right when they needed him.
Exactly. The Lakers adjusted a little bit, and then Russell Westbrook able to put the cherry on top.
Yeah, well, it really just speaks to, he has a really good scoring first half. They dial in on him a whole lot more in the second half. He doesn't have, obviously, any points until that last. But it goes to show you, he just keeps going, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter whether he's scoring or not scoring. He's going to continue to make the energy plays and put the IQ out there to be able to do something like that when it matters the most.
You talked about this during the game with us, Hans. Christian Brown, 9 of 10 from the field in this game. It wasn't until late in the second half that he missed his first field goal. What was working for him out there on the floor?
He gets just quality looks at the beginning. I mean, I think his first 5 buckets were all layups, and he made like a 3. You see him, he just reads situations so well. Where should I go? How do I go the hoop? He's physical. God, what a game by Christian. 22 points on just 10 shots. And the 1-3 miss, that rimmed out. That almost went down.
Yeah, I mean, this is just typical Christian Brown stuff, right? There's a steal. You get him out in transition. He finishes with a dunk. He was especially lethal when he was the recipient of the second pass, right? So ball gets swung to the other side. Now you're attacking a closeout. Now he's very, very disruptive in that sense as well. So look, it's just been such a great season for him. It really has. And he does this every single night. And I'm glad that nationally it's starting to be recognized a whole lot more, because we have seen this pretty much the entirety of the season.
Jamal Murray, his 3 of his last 4 game-winning shots in the last 10 seconds or so have come against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Even better.
So, I mean, he's just figured it out. And everybody, see?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
That's a great tweet. That's a great tweet. Jamal Murray made a shot again. Classic Jamal Murray game winner, especially against the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, it's really good that what he has put on the court in the last month or so.
That's funny.
Yeah, well, they're definitely never doing that. He's not only just scoring, from most of the starts and finishes of these games, but now we're starting to see the clutch stuff again too. We're starting to see the 2-man game with Nikola Jokic. I mean, that was Nikola just waving everybody off and saying, let's get back here and do what we do best.
You guys are funny tonight, Nuggets Nation. Funny on social media. I love it. We're going to take a break here on Nuggets Postgame Live. When we come back, we'll hear from head coach Michael Malone, get his thoughts on Jamal Murray making another shot. 131 to 126, the final at ball. Let's hear tonight's coach's comments presented by Advent Health.
You'll throw this game in the trash, move on to the next one.
Oh, you have to. I mean, Washington's coming in here tomorrow night, so this isn't a beauty pageant. We don't get rated on our wins. It's a win. Obviously, a lot of things what we can be better at. The rebounding, 19 for 20 points, a huge concern. We gave them another 19 off our turnovers, so that's 39 points we allowed just off of offensive rebounds and turnovers. Another game where in the first quarter where we just came in the game, showed up and kind of tried to ease our way into it, and they jumped all over us. And that's a recipe for disaster. We can't do that. We have to approach the game with urgency. So good win. We're down 3 with 52 seconds to go. We closed out 8-0. Some really good late game execution, shot making, got some timely stops, but give them credit. They played their hearts out, and they made this a game.
How much does this team need that Jamal Murray day in and day out?
Yeah, and just like every quarter, when Jamal is out there, you see what he does in the second half tonight. You see what he does late in the game in the fourth quarter. He takes over, huge shot making. And to be honest, Joker shooting only 16 shots, Jamal only shooting. I got to get those guys more field goal attempts. I got to get those two guys 20, 25 shots a game. Easy. And that's no disrespect to anybody else, but, we need those guys to carry the offensive load. But Jamal stepped up, made some big plays, and when we needed it, we had an ATO play, down 3, really well executed. The guys did their job. Nikola gets a 3-point play, we tie it, and then Jamal's plays behind that, and a big pull-up 3, and then Russ comes in for defense, and he gets a huge steal just to kind of to cap the game off. So wasn't pretty, a lot to clean up, but that helps us in the standings with 15 games to go.
Coach, is Washington type of opponent that a game like this is good for? Because you say, don't step off the gas for anybody.
No, don't have to. They already beat us. Right. No matter what happened tonight, even if we won by 40, lost by 40, Washington already beat us. So, tomorrow night's game, if there's any, we got these guys, that's what we thought last time we played them, and they beat us in their building. So, and they're a little bit different team. They've made some trades. They've got different guys playing for them, Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton. So this tomorrow night will be our 5th game in 7 days. So that worries me more than anything is the 5 games in 7 nights. But when you're playing against a team that's already beaten you, that should be all the attention you need going into tomorrow night's game, in my opinion.
Do you think your team was kind of overlooking looking past LA today because of all the injuries and the guys they didn't have, and that might have contributed to the slow start?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we spent all day talking about how this game has nothing to do with who plays for them. This game is all about us because you only have 16 games remaining. And when you look at the standings and you're one game ahead of the Lakers in the standings and you're tied 1-1, you have, no matter who plays for who, we have to find a way to start playing more consistent basketball, better defense throughout. If we were looking past them, I don't know. But to be honest, through 66 games now, we have the 29th rated first quarter defense. So we must be looking past a lot of folks for that to be the case. I think it's more a matter of us finding a way to start the game with much greater urgency.
That last shot from Jamal, Lakers switched and put Connect kind of, he's like fronting Nikola. Nikola basically uses it as like
a screen on his own.
Yeah. Is that something you guys can like kind of go to and bottle when, a little bit more as teams are switching smalls onto Nikola?
Yeah, and not only were they switching, but Jamal couldn't make the pass because Christian Brown's man on the wing, Jordan Goodwin, was sitting in Nikola's lap. So he literally had three guys on him. And obviously we talk a lot about when Nikola's being fronted to screen your own and drive the red. Red is a front for us. Drive the red, and obviously that last play, it kind of stalled out. Nikola flips the screen, Jamal comes off, and he's wide open and knocks down a huge shot. So having the luxury to go to Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic down the stretch has proven to be very effective for many, many years. And tonight was another example of that.
You said you got your
20th game for the Denver Nuggets this season, scoring at least 130 points. The offense was humming for a lot of this game. A lot of players contributed. How many did they have finish in double figures? Six? Six players in double figures, 30 assists. How would you describe the offense tonight?
It's amazing. Look, outside of maybe Cleveland, this is the best offense in the NBA is what it is. And really, quite honestly, is bailing them out of a lot of stuff because defensively, it's not been good for the Nuggets a lot of times this season, and certainly tonight was one of those.
He's smirking at you.
Yeah, but
there were 52 seconds at the game where they threw the 0 up and they can play.
They did, but look, if you're going to put 131 on the board, it's still going to give you a chance to win these games, even if your defense isn't
winning. A chance to win.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, offensively spectacular, and their studs step up when it's step up time. I mean, they were down 6 in the fourth quarter. After leading pretty much from mid-second quarter on, they lost their momentum when the bench came in, went back to the starters. They got it going again and took it home at the end.
And Katie, since the All-Star break, the Lakers are the number 1 defensive rating team in the NBA. And so...
maybe not this group of the Lakers, but yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's a fair point. But there were certainly stretches in this game where they looked very disruptive. And you still put 131, and you shot 51% from the field. These are just numbers the Nuggets get to all the time.
All right, we were just talking about this in the break, but let's get to what is at stake, presented by STK Steakhouse. These standings shifted greatly just based on tonight's results. The Denver Nuggets now back in the 2 spot in the Western Conference standings, and the Rockets are in the 3rd spot. Memphis in the 4th. The Lakers dropped all the way to 5.
Yeah, they did. I mean, yeah. See you later.
Y'all cheered louder for that.
That's right.
Y'all cheered louder for that
Lakers. Yeah, look, I mean, these standings, if you win 2 in a row, you could, I mean, that's just how tightly wound the teams 2 through 5 are in the Western Conference. And so, look, this is a big win for the Nuggets. You go to LA next week, I believe it is, and you beat the Lakers there, then you got the tiebreaker over them. And that is probably going to be very important given how close all these teams are in the standings.
I mean, guess what? Everybody is jumbled up in there. You're going to be playing each other. So whoever can win, as Dem said, maybe 2 in a row against a team. Oh, that's a big advantage. You win the tiebreaker, more division wins, those kind of things. So right now the Nuggets are in 2nd. Hopefully they can hold that to the end of the season.
All right, we're going to take another break here in Nuggets Postgame Live. Nikola Jokic found a way tonight for the Denver Nuggets. Shot a lot of free throws with how physical the Lakers were. We'll talk about it when we come back.